Hey guys, what is up? Today we are gonna go train glutes at a different gym. I'm gonna go with my son to the gym that he goes to. He goes to a different gym than I do because it's closer to his job and they made him a better deal than they made me. So I'm gonna go with him on a guest pass. I'm gonna do some glutes, I'm gonna do some posing, and we'll see what else we decide to get up to. So that's what we're doing today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do or you're watching, maybe give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And let's go get a glute pump. We have arrived. Normally I write my workouts down, but since I was visiting a different gym with different equipment, I didn't write it down on this particular workout, so I'm doing my best to remember what we did. Okay, the first thing we did was some hip abductions. I know the angle is weird, but there were a lot of people there. So this machine sits at an upward angle. We did, I think, 4 sets of these at varying weights. I did 1 warm-up set and 3 working sets, I do believe. And then we moved on to hip thrust. Okay, now we're on hip thrust. I don't particularly like a hip thrust machine. I prefer to do mine set up on barbells, but they had a nice machine and I did 4 or 5 sets on this one. It was the main focus of my lift. So I did a lot of sets here at varying weights. I started with a 45 on each side and moved up from there. Again, I didn't write it down on this particular day. I'll film my next full glute workout and give you guys a breakdown on the next one. But when I was trying a new gym, I just wanted to have a good time and do the workout and play with new equipment. Okay, I also did dumbbell RDLs, but I didn't have an opportunity to film them. There were a lot of people around. It was pretty busy at this point in time. So we did some dumbbell RDLs, and then we moved on to glute focus back extension because I really wanted to use their glute hand machine. So I did, I think 4 sets of these, and I ended up holding a 25-pound plate for the last 3 sets. Okay, after we did all that, I moved on to posing. They have a really nice posing room, and it was one of the reasons I went to this particular gym. So I practiced my routine, and then I had my son work me through quarter turns. We practiced walking from the diagonal, holding poses while being evaluated, all of that. I spent about 45 minutes working just on my posing. So I spent a lot of time working on holding poses because that's kind of where you get tripped up when you compete, is they ask you to hold your poses for like any amount of time that they really need, and it's where you're going to get tired the most. So we went through holding poses on the diagonal as well as being moved through by the judges because I didn't want to be like really tired during all this portion, and that's where my posing weaknesses showed. So I make sure to practice that while I have a posing room as well.
Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right.
Guys, you can say thank you, ladies, on the side.
Thank you, ladies.
This is later at the end of the day. I went and did my cardio. I didn't do it at the other gym because I had to make sure I had time to get my son to work. So we did just 25 minutes on the stairs, and that was it for this day's workout. Alright, so I just finished cardio at my normal gym. I did 20 minutes on the stairs. I'm super tired. I'm hungry. I've been in my truck all day long. I went to the gym with my son, obviously. And then I had to stop at the nutrition store for my husband. I had to take my son to work. I came to the gym. I'm behind on my food, so I have to go home, eat something. Later today, I have to go back and pick my son up. It's gonna be a long day. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. I know it's not a lot, but I really wanted to just include my workout. Hopefully I will have not been lazy and included a voiceover, or at least talk you through something in another clip that I will film after this. But if I don't, I did glutes today. So they have the abductor machine that sits at a different angle instead of being flat. It sits kind of upwards. So I did that. I did hip thrust. I did RDLs with some dumbbells. And then I did back extensions with a glute focus. And then I did a whole bunch of posing. I practiced my mandatories, routine, standing, waiting to be called. I practiced holding it while you were getting evaluated. I practiced a little bit of everything. So that took a long time. But I did get to wear my new shoes, which was nice because I get to kind of start breaking those in. They're really comfortable. They don't need a ton of breaking in. I just want to make sure I'm familiar with them, so I'm not just trying to like figure them out right before my show. So that's pretty much it. I've had 2 meals. Well, technically I had, 2 meals. I had my pre-workout meal, which is 40 grams of oatmeal, 7 grams of chia seeds, and I did 26 grams of peanut butter. And then after my workout, I had 100 grams of egg whites, 2 eggs, and 28 grams of baby arugula. So I'm gonna go home. I'm probably gonna have a protein shake while I make my meal, which is a can of tuna and 56 grams of broccoli. So that's what we're gonna do. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. I love having you here, and I will see you in my next video.